in order, right?
Yes.
Here to help us with how to get back on track is Tony Zabigala from Strategic Wealth Partners. I said it wrong, didn't I?
That's okay.
Zabigala.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Nailed it. All right. And you're going to help us nail this money situation down.
Yeah, it's a new year, and surprisingly, a lot of people want to get on the right page, whether that's saving more money, paying off debt, or just having a game plan. So starting with just saving, there's opportunities out there for you. If you're working and your employer offers you a 401k, especially with a match, you'd be a fool not to do it. You're passing up free money.
Return on your investment.
Free money.
Right.
Free money. And if you're maxing that out or you want to look at other opportunities, traditional IRAs are a great idea. You get tax deductibility, favorability for that. Roth IRAs, you get tax-free on the back end when you take money out.
I think people sometimes have questions about that, the difference between a regular IRA and a Roth IRA.
Right. So if you have traditional IRA, for example, is you put money in now and you get the tax deduction now from your income. When you take the money out, you're going to be taxed at your marginal tax rate.
And hopefully it'll be a lower rate, hopefully.
Right,
but not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed. Now, the Roth IRA, you don't get a tax deduction now. You put it in after tax today. But as it grows, you can take that money out tax-free.
And you can take it out at any point in time, right? I know people sometimes have questions about, if I'm putting my money in something, I'm not going to be able to take it out without penalties. In a Roth, you can do that. Am I right in saying that?
There's some rules for a Roth,
okay.
Definitely. Being 59 and a half is a key. That way you can get the money that you profited inside of your Roth IRA. You put $5,000 in, it grows to $6,000. You can get that $1,000 out without paying a 10% penalty. So being over 59 and a half is key for getting out your gains penalty free.
One of the things I see people all the time, they're investing or saving their money, and right now the banks are paying 0.00 whatever percent, but you still have to have an emergency fund. But if you have credit card debt at 25% or something, then it doesn't make sense. You got to get rid of that before you can really accumulate wealth.
You're right. Because if you're investing in a traditional IRA, the odds of you making 25% are very low. We had a great year in the stock market last year, but if you have, I'm going to use a round number, $10,000, and you're paying 25%.
Yeah.
You're paying the credit card company $2,500 a year to borrow their money.
Yeah.
If you can pay that off, you're going to have $2,500 extra in your pocket. So paying off debt is definitely another thing that everyone should be focusing on in 2014.
And when they're paying off debt, what order should they be going in? Obviously, the ones with the highest interest rate.
Exactly.
But student loans versus credit cards or versus something else. What is the order that should be in?
I'm just going to stick with the highest interest rate. The lower ones, they're not costing you as much to hold on to that debt. So going with the highest interest rates is the best option.
Hey, I got to ask you, the stock market has been excellent, and a lot of times people say, boy, the stock market has been so good for so long, I need to seek some safety in bonds. But the bond market has been, artificially held down for so long. Where do people go now if they want to get some return safely?
Yeah, that is going to be a concern in 2014. A lot of people are going to have to inch up the risk ladder is what I call it. They used to put money in CDs. Well, CDs don't pay anything. Used to put money in treasuries, and they're not paying anything. They're actually going backwards because interest rates are going up. So you have to continue to go up that risk ladder, and it all depends on your risk tolerance. So, you can go into high yield bonds as the next step, and then dividend paying equities, then you're starting to get into that fuzzy area of comfortability.
Yeah.
So for someone watching this and they're listening to everything you're saying, like, oh my gosh, I just can't even deal with this. I don't even know how to save because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. What is the one thing that someone can walk away from this segment and say, okay, this is the one thing I need to start first and I need to do starting the beginning of the year here?
I think having an outside party evaluate your situation is a great step. Putting together a plan, figuring out what your goals are, and aligning your ability to save or pay off debt so that you can realize, from an outside perspective, what's the best step. Because you may be, like, oh my God, I went to school, I have all this college debt, I don't know what to do, I just want it off the books. But if you're not paying a lot of interest for it, possibly saving is the best opportunity for you.
Well, hey, this one's debt-free now, so he's living life.
I love it.
He's taking advice. Thanks so much
Yeah,
for being here. I
thank
really
you.
appreciate it. All right, when we return, we're moving to the kitchen. We're making sushi.
Sounds good, yeah.